welcome to a new episode of Latina Life with me, Jen Aguillon, where I showcase and elevate Latinas and industries around the world. Today, I'm shining a light on a Colombian-Dominican singer and songwriter whose viral performance of the national anthem in Spanish before a Los Angeles Dodger game went viral and had everyone stopping and asking, "Pues quién es ella? Who is Solita? Who is she?" But not only that, applauding you for your courage and your strength. Now, her debut EP, Club Solita, came out in 2021 and reached over 1 million streams. And she has new music out now. Her singles Gigi and Sweat. There is a new album coming out in September, and mi gente, it is unique, it is creative, it is authentic. You're gonna love it. So let's get started and meet her, our Spanglish Pop Princessa, Nezza. Welcome to that.
No, thank you so much for having me. This is so fun.
I mean, that was like a warm up for the episode.
No, that was
kept saying
amazing.
Spanish Pop
Spanish.
Princessa. Like, you have to get it. Like, you got to relax the mouth when you're like speaking Spanish.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Exactly. Well, I'm so excited. You're such a trailblazer, especially for the young generation, you know. But let's get started with you and like how you started.
Yeah.
Your childhood upbringing.
Yeah.
Tell us, describe what your household looked like. Were you the only child? What was it? Do you have strict, upbringing and
Very strict upbringing, very extremely. I was the only child until I was 6. My sister came into the picture when I was 6. So it was the two of us, mom, dad, and there was always something going on because I was in dance. My sister was in dance and band. I was also in orchestra. There was just always like something going on, and our parents kept us busy, but it was very strict. I couldn't have sleepovers. They could come to our place, but I couldn't go to other people's.
Right.
I couldn't go to the movies alone. I couldn't even go to dances alone. Like my dad was like, if you want to go to a dance with the boy, I'm going to be in the parking lot. And I was okay. Honestly, I was okay with it. And looking back, I'm so happy with the way that they raised me, and I will take notes because I think I turned out like a pretty good kid. I had good grades. I was never, I was always like top of the class, and I think it was because of them for that reason. Even though in the moment,
you're like,
I was probably like, oh, why can't I go to the mall with my friends? But right now as an adult, you look back and you're like, oh, I'm so happy that they kept me grounded and.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's so interesting because, when, people come over, parents, families, whenever they have kids, there's a lot of pressure to assimilate and to take on, just the way life goes with everybody else. So it's hard to, as a kid, going through it when you have friends, who aren't Latin and don't have that same upbringing.
So free. They were so free. And actually, so my senior quote in my yearbook is, I'm sorry, I can't. I have dance, because it got to a point in high school where nobody would even ask me to do excursions anymore because they knew the answer would be either I had dance or my parents were going to be like, no. And so just this ongoing joke. But yeah, my senior quote was, sorry, I can't. I have dance.
And then, but look where it's
going. I know.
Like, let's talk about that. Yeah. You lead into what you love, right? Yeah. Which was, this is what you loved at a young age, and your parents supported you.
Yes, always. But they were also dancers.
I was going to say.
Yeah, they were also dancers. Never professional. My dad he was a b-boy. I think he did like one Pepsi commercial in like Colombia.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's like his claim to fame. But they were always very supportive. They met dancing. They met at a salsa club. So dance was always like the root. Like they were just like, yeah, go do what you want. Even though I will say, when I moved to LA, the deal was, at least like stay in school. And I really tried. But then I started booking right away, which I didn't think was going to happen.
Yeah.
Gracias a Dios, I was very blessed. I was very lucky when I moved out here, because a lot of people come out here with that dream of being a dancer, and they get sent right back home because there's so many of us.
Hard.
So I got really lucky. I started booking right away, and it got to the point where I either go to class or go to this big audition. And so my dad was like, okay, well, take a year off. And I did, and then I just never went back because it just went like this.
Right.
It just went like this, and it never stopped. And I was very lucky, very blessed, but they've always been my number one fans since day one.
Oh, that's amazing to have that support. What advice sticks with you, like what they did, either your dad or your mom, that that you always go back to, like when you have to make a big decision?
Yeah. It's all my mom specifically is always the loudest in the room. She's
Mhm.
always preached like, don't let no one's. She always says, nobody's your friend. I'm your friend. She's like, I'm your best friend. Yo soy tu
Yeah.
mejor amiga.
Tus
Ellos no
amigas.
son tus amigas.
Yeah.
So that's always been. So I've always like just like gone through life like that and been like, I understand that there's a lot of people around me that are for themselves. So I kind of also have to be for myself and put myself first. And whatever feels right. She's like, if it feels right, then do it. And she's like that. She is very much like that. And I think that kind of translated into everything that has taken place in my life.
Yeah, absolutely. And now I know you. It seems like you've had some pivotal moments.
Yeah.
Let's talk about pivotal moments though, personally and professionally.
Okay.
What would have been? What would you describe as your, like your first big pivotal moment professionally that helped steer you to where you are now?
Oh my gosh. Professionally, I think, I mean, what is a dancer? I think when I booked my first job, I was like, oh, I can do this. Like, I'm actually good enough to do this.
Yeah.
But, and then I think also when I think the first time I hit a stage with my own music was such a wake up call. I think the first stop of the Club Solita tour was Chicago. And it was the first time I had ever performed, a headline tour. And you can even see it in the footage. And I still cry when I watch it back because you can see just how shocked I am that everyone's screaming the lyrics back.
Wow.
And that's all I've ever wanted.
What did that feel
It's
like?
so bizarre to be honest. It's so bizarre because you see this happening, but then you also look back to the little girl that was like 8 years old in my bedroom singing lyrics to my favorite pop stars. And so then to like have that flipped on you, it's so crazy still to this day. But I think that was the moment that I was like, oh, I can do this.
You can do this.
Yeah.
Right. And now
Personally, oh my gosh, I would say, I mean, just being out here on my own. I came straight out of high school, man. And LA is not for the weak.
It is
what I have learned.
Yeah.
And I think, I think all of the no's, I think there's it helped me grow. I think it made me stronger. I was very, very shy kid growing up. And
Really?
Every time I say people that's the reaction. That's literally the reaction I get because of the people that know me who I am now. But like, I couldn't speak to, I couldn't even look strangers in the eye. Like, my mom took me to a Macy's catalog audition once when I was like 4. Cried the minute I stepped in the room, and they were like, maybe bring her back when she's a little older.
Right.
And dance helped a lot, obviously, being on stage and conditioning you. But I was so shy. I couldn't even order food at a restaurant. I think being in LA has made me stronger, and I think when we lost, I've been in a lot of girl groups, and I think the day that we got dropped from our first big record deal, which was we were with Interscope for a few years. That was like such a, I think because I came out of that, I now know I can come out of anything.
Yeah.
Like that for me felt like rock bottom. I was like, no, like that's everything I've ever dreamed of. And then you lose it within a second. And then I was just like, no, I gotta keep going. And I worked out of it. So now I feel like that's made me. I just know that.
So that was one of the big challenges you faced.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
For people who, and a lot of people, come out and they want to, they want to achieve the dream as dancers, singers, songwriters, and I'm sure many of them have gone through losing a deal,
1,000%,
that sort of thing. What could you tell, like, what got you through that challenge? Like, how did you overcome that?
Friends.
Okay.
Friends, family. I've been very lucky to have a big circle around me at all times. It's God, I know it's God, but I've been very blessed. And whenever like I, showcase like my friend group online or, talk about online, everyone's like, how did you get that? And I think I've just always thought that, everyone has like their circle, but there's some people that are like, no, I literally don't have friends. And so I'm very thankful for that. But I've always been surrounded by people that uplift me and are there to support. And I turn to them always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what's so interesting too about like friends and like your mom's like my mom, like, es like mejor amiga, if you're tienes cinco amigas, like my mom, right? But it's always as you grow,
Yeah.
sometimes people don't grow with you.
No.
Right. So how do you manage that? Even I right now I'm like trying to, manage that as well because it's great. And I explain it to like, my kids as well. It's like sometimes like a train ride. Some people are on part of the voyage.
Yeah.
And then they get off and then people get on and you have a few that are with you all the way to the end.
Yeah.
But how do you deal with like growing friendships? I think that's a Latino thing. Sometimes you try to like hang on to people and sometimes
and I'm so loyal. I'm so loyal that it is really hard to not remove people, but it is hard to see people go. Like for me, I try until the very end.
Right. Yeah.
And yeah, I think friendship breakups are just as bad as romantic breakups, in my opinion. And I've only had like 2 or 3 at this point in my lifetime, but I think what's meant to be will be, and I think the people that you're meant to be around will find you. And I have found those people, and I'm very, very thankful.
I'm more thankful too because those people have enriched you.
Yes.
And you've got, and they actually helped you actually get through another pivotal moment, right? So let's talk about that. Let's talk about Vamos de eso, Dodger Stadium. You were planning to sing the national anthem in Spanish. It was suggested not to.
Right. In the moment.
Right. And right before you went out there, you decided, you know what, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Now, for any Latina who is like the only Latina in the room, and we all know this, sometimes it's scary to like even say something.
Right.
But to do it in front of millions, thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of people, what pushed you to make that decision and to stand your ground?
It was a number of things. I think the main reason was I keep saying this in every interview, and I'm sure people are sick of hearing it, but I am a Capricorn. And if there's one thing about Capricorns, not only do we hate breaking the rules, but we're all about justice. It is like, and we're about fairness, being fair. And I hate it. It actually like, it makes my blood boil. And I think in that moment, I was just like, how dare you not want to be aligned with the fan base that you have in the stands right now?
Absolutely.
And yeah, her saying no to me, I think just like ignited that. And I was just like, no, that's not fair.
Right.
That's not how this is gonna go. And then I think also I love my parents in the moment. I did not call them. I also did not call them for like until the day after because I knew they'd be very worried and I just wanted things to kind of settle before getting on the phone with them.
Right.
And I also, lastly, I think so far ahead that I was like, I don't want to be 80 years old and look back and be like, you were there.
Right.
You could have.
Yeah. Right.
You had that chance and you didn't take it to make a difference. And that was kind of like one of the main points. I was like, I don't want to regret not taking this opportunity to take a stand. And I think also, I'm not really into sports like that. I don't think I realized the magnitude of the amount of people that would be watching, one would reach.
Yeah.
Because I'm just not in that world.
Right.
So I think also that kind of helped a little bit because I just didn't realize how many people it was gonna reach.
Right.
In
Yeah.
that moment.
I mean, yeah, you've got the music industry, you've got the sports fans.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Yeah.
It's huge. How did you handle the response after that? I was just like curious, like, because I'm sure you've got a lot of support. I'm sure there might have been some, critics as well. So.
Yeah. It got really ugly. It got to the ugliest you could think of.
Really?
Oh yeah. To the point where I was starting to keep files of like people for security purposes.
I mean, that's just, it's like you're embracing you're not being negative about anything. Yeah. You're embracing your culture.
Yeah.
Everybody's culture. Everybody there was probably like,
I also didn't make it up. I think that was like one of the main, obviously ignorance, right? Is like the reason why people even like comment dumb things.
Yeah.
And they didn't know the full story. And people were just like seeing a clip of this girl, right? Singing the national anthem in Spanish, but they didn't take the time to, of course they're not going to, MAGA, they're not going to take the time to do the research. I didn't make it up, right? So it's not a spell, it's officially commissioned, it's just been buried. And I think that was like the main reason, like, how dare you disrespect? I'm not disrespecting
No,
anything.
not
It's
at
official.
all.
It's an
Yeah,
official
it's
version
exactly.
by the government.
Right.
Um, but yeah, I think I've been online a long time, so I think you would, which is kind of bad, but I think you get conditioned to hate comments, and
Mm.
because I'm on the older end of the peeps on like
Older.
I'm
Please.
older. I
Stop.
feel like, but I just mean I've been at it for so long. In the beginning,
So
man, did the hate
experienced.
comments
Mm.
get to me? Like year one, off of YouTube, I would read everything, and it does get to you. And then I think as you get older,
Mm.
and you realize that it's not affecting you, it's not affecting your career really, then it gets easier because you're like, oh, these people are just talking, like they're not actually like affecting my life as a whole.
Right.
And
Yeah.
for that reason, I think that's why it was kind of easy for me to deal with everything.
Right.
But the outpour of love was
I was
unbelievable.
gonna say, like, social media, it's the yin and the yang. I mean,
Yeah.
it's so easy for people to like put that negative out there, but then it's like there's this positive and this
Yeah.
love and the support
Yeah.
and the embracing
Yeah.
of you and like different people who have put themselves out there. And we live in that age, and that's a whole topic for another,
Yeah.
that's a whole conversation for another day. but so since then, you're subject of documentary.
Mhm.
Tell me about the documentary and why you wanted to do that.
Yeah, it's called La Tierra de Valor, which is a lyric from El Pendón, and I it was never my rep. I was not going to because I it's not that I wasn't going to. I didn't think like, oh, like I don't need to. Like I just it wasn't even in the
Yeah.
like I was like a documentary. Because so much was going on. I was just being pulled left and right, for those couple of weeks, like, oh, you're gonna be on here, you're gonna be on here. So there wasn't even time to think about anything outside of what was happening. And then yeah, a couple weeks later, that's when we started to get the calls. And my team was like, this production company wants to meet. This production company wants to meet. They want the story. And I was like, oh, okay. And at Kimmel is where I met Christina Constantini, who's the director of the doc. And even in that moment, like it was just, we just met in that moment. And then she left, and it was actually my boyfriend that was like, you should get her contact. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like you guys were meant to meet. Like there was
Yeah.
vibes. And so he ran after her, got her number. And then still like a month went by.
Mm-hmm.
And then I gave her a call, and I was like, I know you're probably busy doing the docs of all docs. But would you want to take this story? And she's like, I was never going to ask, but yes, I want to do this with you.
That's great.
She was like, and yeah, and we went to breakfast, and that's when I found out that she started off as an immigration journalist, and I had no idea.
Okay.
And she's Latina,
Right.
so I was like, oh, this was meant to be in
Meant to
your
be.
hands. Who else?
Perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah,
who else
great
would have been
fit.
able to, really protect the story? And we worked fast. We worked so fast, and because we knew how important the message was,
Mhm.
and so we were just like, let's just do it. And then we never in a million years thought we would get Sundance, and we premiered at Sundance, and it's honestly been a dream. All the festivals that we've been going to, and we just won an award, which is so crazy, so crazy.
Awesome. That's great.
Yeah, and I'm excited. I'm really excited for people to get a chance to see it at some point.
And it's so important. Just storytelling is important itself, period. So sharing stories like this is important for everybody around the world. Not only does it support la comunidad and the new generation, but also I think it helps other people to understand.
1,000%,
right?
But we also thought that it was not going to be relevant by the time it came out, and now it's even more relevant.
Yeah.
Actually, our Sundance premiere, or like our third or fourth screening, was the day before Minneapolis, and so we were all in our hotel rooms, like we just couldn't believe. We were like, what are the odds? And like obviously now with Maine and with Houston, it's like it's crazy. And we're actually we're thinking of like adding to the documentary now, because we just can't believe how much more has unfolded since last summer. And it's really crazy.
It's like just when we think that things are gonna quell and people will understand each other, something else happens.
Yeah.
And I have to say, during tumultuous times, music always tends to get us through
1,000%.
those times and bring us together.
Yeah.
so excited that you've got new music. So you got your music out, you got Sweat out,
Yeah.
you've got GG out, and then your album's coming out in
Yeah,
September.
September.
Yeah.
So crazy.
All right. So tell me about, because I do love your nickname, the Spanglish
Spanglish Pop
Princessa.
Princessa.
So tell me, like, what did everyone expect to hear? What did you love working on it?
I just loved getting back in the studio, man. I've took a little break because we were, logistics. We were trying to figure some things out, but I just love being in the studio with my fan. One of my songwriters. We've been working together for like 8 years now, so she's like a sister to me, and it was just fun to go back in and reinvent the sound. And I think I finally found it. I think this album is like my sound, and it blends, the Spanglish, which I'm like, how is there no Spanglish?
How is there not?
I don't know. It doesn't make
But
sense.
yeah, in and out.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. And I've been doing Spanglish for a while, but I think now I'm like really, really leaning into it. And so yeah, it's a Spanglish pop R&B album. It's really fun. It takes you on a journey. It takes you on a journey of learning how to be unapologetic and standing your ground.
True.
And kind of everything the girl that unfolded from last summer is kind of who you're going to hear in this album.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. And so then, are you going? I'm going to see you on tour. What's going on
hopefully.
next? What's happening? I need to see you out there.
Hopefully on the stage in the fall, and if not next year. But yeah, tour real soon.
All right, great. Now, before anyone who's listening and watching right now and wants to follow your steps, what is like the big piece of advice that you could give them as they start out, in this industry, or maybe they're in this industry and they lost their deal,
right?
Like,
right.
What's a good concrete thing that they can do? You've dropped a lot of nuggets in this conversation. You have, in regards to connections and following up.
I think for me, there can't be a plan B. If you are in this industry, there has never been a day, and there has never been a day where I have doubted myself. There's never been a day where I said, I can't do this. I wasn't meant to do this. You cannot put that out into the universe. If you want to be in this industry, it's cutthroat, but you have to put it out into the universe and in your thoughts that you are going to make it and you are meant to do this. And you cannot let anybody, when I tell you the amount of people that have told me on this journey that I am meant to be in a girl group, that I wasn't meant to be a solo artist, is insane. And so to now, what if I had listened to them? What if I had listened? And so there's stick to your guns. Don't let anyone say that you're not meant to do what you know you're meant to be, and stay consistent. And hard work always pays off. Always work the hardest you've ever worked, and I promise it'll happen for you. Yeah.
Great. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Listen, everybody, listen to this conversation again, watch again. But if you want to hear more, from Nezza or any of the other inspirational stories that I put on, Latina Life with Jen Aguillon on all your streaming platforms. And until next time, besos y abrazos.
Besos y abrazos. I love that.